After her nephew was named as a potential target of Pegasus spyware with great alacrity, Mamata Banerjee today has ordered a probe. A committee of retired justices Lokur and Jyotirmoy Bhattacharya will soon begin an investigation into Snoopgate. The BJP is asking where was the swiftness when victims of post-poll violence were pleading for justice.
Cabinet has approved the appointment of a commission of inquiry consisting of Honorable Justice M.B. Lokur, retired Judge, Honorable Supreme Court of India, and Honorable Justice Jyotirmoy Bhattacharya, retired Chief Justice, Honorable High Court at Calcutta, in the matter of widely reported illegal hacking, monitoring, putting under surveillance, tracking, recording, etc. of mobile phones of various persons in the state of West Bengal.
All right, so if the West Bengal government has now gone ahead with the investigation, with ordering an investigation, will the centre also be forced to follow? Professor Om Prakash Mishra, spokesperson of TMC, joining us, along with Qamar Zaman Chaudhary, leader of Congress. First question, and that question again today first goes to you, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. Now, will you have to follow because they've thrown down the gauntlet for you?
You know, Padmaja, I'm actually amused. This Pegasus thing is a big flop show. It is something which has been denied by the two main stakeholders. I've said this ad nauseum. Both Amnesty International and NSO, the Israeli company which supposedly owns Pegasus spyware, have washed their hands off. They've completely said that the BJP / the Modi government / India have nothing to do with Pegasus targets or potential targets or phone tapping or phone hacking. So if Mamata Banerjee wants to go ahead and institute an inquiry, you know, let her be our guest. I mean, who's scared?
Okay.
The only thing I will say is Kaans ko aankh kiya. And I will also tell Mamata Banerjee, haathi ke daant khane ke aur dikhane ke aur. By now, you know, you've been in power for more than 10 years, including this, third term which you got. Just tell me, DDP, have you ever instituted an inquiry into the Narga scam, the Sarga scam, the Rohtak scam, the Bhaduria riots, the Malda riots, the Bhadreshwar riots, the anti-CAA riots, the massive uprising in Jadavpur University where your TMC goons beat up young students? No.
Okay.
So the fact of the matter is this institution of an inquiry is an exercise in futility.
Justice for Pegasus, but not for victims of violence. Professor Mishra.
There is a Commission of Inquiry Act 1952. Section 3 allows the central government to institute inquiry. It also allows the state governments to institute inquiry. West Bengal government has done the most legitimate and most desirable initiative with regard to setting up an inquiry commission. It is to be manned by two respected judges, one retired Supreme Court Justice Lokur, and another judge, former acting Chief Justice of Calcutta High Court, Justice Bhattacharya. So, we have been demanding a simple answer to a simple question. If Government of India has bought Pegasus or not, has purchased it or not, has paid for it or not. We have been demanding this in the Parliament and outside the Parliament.
Has clarified that on the floor of the Parliament.
This has to kindly don't interrupt me in between. Don't interrupt me in between, because that is not going to be very glorious on your part. And in that case, if that happens, and I would urge the anchor to ask the panelists to keep her mouth shut up to the time that I am speaking.
One at a time, please. One at a time, and please, let's calm our tempers. Professor Mishra, let me ask you a follow-up question. You said you want to find out the truth. Now you've had a commission of inquiry. It will find out the truth. Will you
which
let
has
Parliament
sold India's
function?
national security, which is actually detrimental to India's national interest, has been caught lying, and in fact they are snooping and they are hacking and they
So
are
that is what you are claiming.
attempt to institute a
That is what you are
surveillance
claiming.
state.
Okay, and
So
you
that
started an
is
inquiry.
not going
You
to
started
wash
an
away.
inquiry.
And in fact,
Now
they
will you
are on
let
the
Parliament
wrong
function?
foot, and they have to answer. They have to take the responsibility and the accountability.
In Kolkata.
And I'm going to tell you, Pankajaji, this is my request to you, that when I am speaking,
Yes.
please ask the BJP spokesperson
Okay.
to keep mum.
Okay. 10 seconds of
Otherwise-
silence. 10 seconds of silence from everyone. I need to ask you a follow-up question. You have started an inquiry which you wanted. Now, will you let Parliament function, Professor Mishra? Because you will find out what the truth is, right? Will you let Parliament function now?
Well, Parliament, we want the Parliament to function. We want the Parliament to answer certain basic questions. The question has to be answered by the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of this country.
Okay.
The opposition has got every right to raise valid,
I need to answer
legitimate,
that, Padmaja.
national interest-centered questions.
Okay, so
and
you are
that is
saying
what we have
there is a
been doing,
possibility that
along
the
with
Parliament will
other
now be
opposition
allowed to
political
function.
parties.
Just a second, Sanju Verma, I need to get in the others also. Jay Sai Deepak has also joined us now. Is it now incumbent on the centre also to have some kind of investigation, because justice must not be done, it also must be seen to be done? Sai Deepak.
So, strictly speaking, as far as the commission that has been constituted by the state government of West Bengal is concerned, as an observer, as an outsider, I believe that it's nothing but retribution and it's politically motivated is my understanding of it. Simply because currently the state government of West Bengal stands embarrassed by the Calcutta High Court itself, thanks to the findings with respect to its conduct in the post-poll violence. So this is nothing but the political opportunity that perhaps the West Bengal government has spent. But given that the issue has a larger interest, to put a lot of rumors and unnecessary rumor mongering to rest, the central government should perhaps constitute a committee to investigate into this. And if anybody has been found spreading false news or fake news and has been trying to stir up unnecessary controversies in Bharat, I hope the central government will also consider prosecuting them legally, so that an example is set of those people who are playing into, if I may say so, foreign vested interests at this point.
Sanju Verma, now
Yes.
this is a demand coming from all quarters. You have people who are suspecting that the inquiry in West Bengal may be lopsided, may be politically motivated. Keeping that in mind, what's the harm in having an investigation of your own? Let all the evidence be put out there and re-examined.
So, Padmaja, first let me tell you, technically, the decision to have a JPC inquiry is the sole prerogative as per our constitution. It's the prerogative of the Speaker. And the Speaker will decide whether it will be a JPC or any other parliamentary committee, what documents need to be produced, whether ministers can give evidence or not, so on and so forth. I can bet my last penny that the very opposition which is today screaming from every rooftop that let's have a JPC, this is the same opposition which did not even have scant regard for the Supreme Court after it categorically said that the Rafale deal was absolutely clean, above the board, and no commercial interests were compromised by the Modi government.
Okay, Kamal Zaman Chaudhary, everyone agreed to have a civilized debate and not interrupt each other. So let her finish, then you come. Yes.
Can I please finish? For an opposition that is dismembered, frayed, electorally vanquished, Padmaja, an opposition which did not pay even an iota of regard to the Supreme Court, after the Supreme Court laid it in black and white that Rafale was very, very essential to India's national security. Do you think such a frayed opposition will actually believe the JPC findings, hypothetically assuming that we constitute a JPC? And I want to ask one more thing. Mamata Banerjee, today you're jumping from the rooftop saying we have instituted an inquiry. Excuse me, madam, you were the railway minister when the Congress was in power between 2009 and 2011. On the 17th of December 2009, you said, oh my God, my phones are hacked. I have been tapped into. My phones are being listened into. Excuse me? Now you seem to be very pallid in the Congress. You seem to be, friends in arms. Why no inquiry into what happened when you were the railway minister? Or is it that because it happened in 2009, you seem to have become conveniently amnesic to
Okay,
what happened.
Mr. Chaudhary, first you answer, and I think then it's fair that Professor Mishra comes back and answers that very specific question about why Mamata Banerjee today has forgotten all about charges she made about her own phone being tapped. Yes, Kamal Zaman Chaudhary, you go first.
Yeah, Padmaja, the basic question out here is whether there has been a crime committed by snooping on various individuals out here, whether the country's security has been compromised or not. That is a very important question that needs to be addressed from the top corridors of power. A state like West Bengal does not have the jurisdiction to summon the Home Minister, if necessary be, of the Union
First
of
you
India.
talk about
So I feel and my party feels that this is a propaganda, a political propaganda by Mamata Banerjee, which does not have any jurisdiction on such an inquiry. Secondly, what Sanjeev Verma ji said about the Rafale investigation. There has been another case filed in the Supreme Court in the Pegasus deal also by that same person who has filed the Rafale case also. Why not institute a JPC in this case? What is there to be afraid about? Why did not you constitute a JPC in the Rafale case? What is the please madam, please if you try to gag me, ma'am, I cannot speak. I let you speak uninterrupted for the last
let
3-4
him finish.
minutes. I did not interrupt you.
Yes.
No, Sanju ji, you have to take this with a pinch of salt. You are trying to hide something out here, and very sinister at that.
Okay.
Why I am saying this? Because when
Speaking of sinister, I want to remind you of two things, Mr. Chaudhary. One, I don't think you have been briefed properly by your party, because the party you are accusing of political propaganda, that party's chief, Mamata Banerjee, is going to be meeting Kamal Nath tomorrow at 2 p.m, Anand Sharma at 3 p.m, and at 6:30 p.m. she's going to be meeting Abhishek Manu Singhvi, and she's also seeking meetings with Sonia and Rahul Gandhi. That's point number one. So, and since you spoke about things sinister and distasteful, let me quote to you a report from 2018 that says 9,000 calls and 500 emails are intercepted every month under Congress rule in 2013, says an RTI report. Every month, 9,000 calls and 500 emails were intercepted. Having said that, let me also say that it is any government's prerogative to try and intercept calls in the interest of national security. Buying of Pegasus is in itself not illegal. But since you choose to extrapolate every kind of surveillance as an illegal one must also ask you what your thoughts are on the sinisterhood or how sinister these actions are of intercepting calls and emails. Mr. Chaudhary. RTI reply 2013.
Ma'am, Padmaji ji, I agree. In the interest of the country, phones were tapped. In the interest of the country, emails were this thing. But a software like Pegasus never entered my personal bedroom, never entered my personal space. It entered my mobile, collected all the data that was there.
So how do you think these emails were being hacked? How do you think these emails and phones were being hacked? Pegasus is hacking your phone, which is lying in your bedroom.
What do you think?
But these 9,000 emails and calls were being hacked how?
No.
In your garden.
Padmaja ji, did we ever intercept any journalist like Padmaja Joshi? Did we?
We don't
we
know.
Did not.
We don't know.
Stoop so low. Padmaja,
We don't know,
you are not
sir.
defending a thing that your colleagues have been subjected to. Padmaja. How can you justify such
Sir,
a thing?
first of all,
how
again,
can you justify to the army personnel that their mobiles have been hacked?
This shame on you, your colleagues have been intercepted and you are asking questions approach doesn't work very well, because I am asking you a very specific question. 9,000 calls and 500 emails of these could also be journalists. We will try and file another RTI and find a breakup of exactly who these were. But anyhow, respond to this. Sai Deepak and then Professor Mishra, I'll bring you in. Yes.
See, At this stage, I don't think there is any semblance of clarity for anybody to argue with this kind of confidence that there is indeed been snooping of media persons. Second, I completely agree with the position that to say that surveillance per se is illegal and no surveillance software must be acquired by the Indian state, I think is a downright, I'm sorry to say, an anti-security argument to make the kind of circumstances that India has to deal with currently, with detractors both from the country and outside the country. Point number 3, you just pointed out the list of meetings that the Honorable Chief Minister of West Bengal has planned ahead of her. That itinerary, I'm sorry to say, speaks volumes for itself, and there's a lot to be read into that particular itinerary. And at this point, given that Calcutta High Court itself has asked a lot of uncomfortable questions of this particular government, I think it's nothing but a diversionary tactic, because a High Court appointed commission such as the NHRC has come out with a scathing report of the kind of inaction as well as connivance of the state machinery of West Bengal in the post-poll violence. Therefore, the constitution of this particular committee is nothing but politically motivated, and it is meant to divert attention from the actual issues,
Professor
which is the complete takedown of constitutional machinery in the state of West
Professor
Bengal.
Mishra, diversionary tactic 1. 2,
Yes.
why did Ms. Banerjee forget when she accused
for
Congress of
bringing me
tapping her
in.
phone? Yes, uninterrupted time.
Let me. I have got you. I have got you. See, I think that the whataboutery is the only way out for BJP, and that is why they are trying to confuse between legitimate and authorized interception of mobile phone and what you might even call hacking, and allowed under the Telegraph Act in this country. So this is a legitimate way of government authority trying to snoop in, and which is available to both the central government as well as to the state government. What we are talking about is qualitatively very different. That an instrumentality of trying to apprehend the terrorist, and which can only be sold to the vetted government, has been purchased by this country, has been paid for by this country, but our home minister, our prime minister, they are fighting shy of admitting such a purchase. In 2019, Ravi Shankar Prasad, the then IT minister, had actually conceded that this type of a snooping on the Pegasus has been happened, and it has been reported by the WhatsApp, and this was part of the RTI reply by that particular ministry. So far as the Calcutta High Court and what is going on in Bengal, etc. are concerned, I can tell you at least 24 instances where the Supreme Court of India has passed very harsh, very harsh observations.
Okay, no, Professor Mishra, just a second. I think quick rebuttal from Sanju Verma, but just a second. Are we on the same page when you say that the government of India is well within its rights for lawful surveillance? Are we at least agreeing on that? Because today in Parliament it is being said again and again, did the government buy Pegasus or not?
Take up the stand,
which in itself is counterintuitive, because yes, the government would have bought Pegasus for legal...
Act 1952. Why the Prime Minister, why the Home Minister? They are not saying anything. Why?
Okay, why are they not saying anything? Maybe if the Parliament functioned, they would say. Last 30 seconds to you, Sanju Verma. I'm completely out of time. Yes.
Padmaja, as you rightly said, under the Telegraph Act of 1885, the government has the right to surveillance in terms of larger interests pertaining to national security and public health. But at this point in time, the fact remains that no phones were hacked into, no illegal, unauthorized interception happened. This has been said by Ashwini Vaishnav, the IT minister on the floor of the Parliament.
Okay.
I think that is more than enough to lay to rest doubting Thomases. But there is a saying, a man convinced against his will is of the own same opinion still. And I think TMC and large parts of an electorally vanquished opposition are trying to hold on to a fig leaf without proving any smoking gun or incontrovertible evidence on this aspect.
You know, you also, while admitting that, you know, a government can have legal surveillance in national interest, did not explain why then Ms. Banerjee said in 2010 that her phone had been tapped along with that of Sharad Pawar, Digvijay Singh, Nitish Kumar, Prakash Karat, and remember, all of these phones allegedly, according to a magazine report, were being surveilled by the then UPA government. Are you, Professor Mishra, then saying that it was done in national interest? We'll leave it at that and to the wisdom of our viewers. Thanks very much for joining me, all gentlemen, and Sanju Verma.